Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam, and we are going to have a damn good time because we always do. And why? Because you are here. Welcome, welcome, my friends. It's good to be here. I know I've been in a little bit of a break from making videos, kind of been on and off. I've got a lot going on, a lot being worked on. You guys will see the fruits of said work very soon, but just keep an eye out for tons of fun stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. It's feeling like CG is starting to feel like me. Going the Beaver route through life. I have a saying that I've said for some time. For those of you who know what D&D is, Dungeons & Dragons, you are rolling a 20-sided die to decide whether or not something works. And a natural 20, so rolling a 20 on the die, means you automatically succeed. And nat 1 means you automatically fail. And I've always said, I feel like my life's all nat 20s and nat 1s. Hey, you can live your dream of doing a YouTube channel, but you're never gonna find love. Hey, here's an Xbox for free that you won from Taco Bell, but then you're no matter what apartment you find, the management's gonna screw you over somehow. My whole life is all nat 1s and nat 20s, and I feel like CG's basically doing the same thing. They just pushed through this new change to the Naboo raid, and as you can see from the background right now, you can basically fully auto with Jedi now, which is super nice, and all the other battles are super easy as well, and so that's super nice. But jumping into the whole shindig and what the thumbnail portrays, I think we're at a crossroads here where CG's kind of bit off a lot more than they can chew. They dropped this new era system and everything going on there, and we'll go over here. We got Batcher coming out very soon, 3 days from now or 4 days from now. Batcher will be coming out, but here's the problem. A lot of people don't care, and neither do I. I'm not going for the new characters whatsoever. I was really hoping for a plethora of characters that weren't the Bad Batch. I wasn't hoping for repeat characters, getting more Omega, getting more other Batchers. I was really, really hoping we'd get Batcher or a new Omega, but then we'd also get other things. There's another video that I talk about this with Troopers on Break. Take a look at the card above if you want to take a look at what we would have done for this. But then on top of that, we have this message from Meathead. Great question. Typically our intention is to have an event or a journey guide character that directly uses the team you're chasing inside an era. However, due to bandwidth issues, we were unable to complete the event in time for this era and had to cut it. With that being said, the new Bad Batch squad is still solid, and we cannot wait to share with you the rest of the characters who make up the new Bad Batch team. So here's the thing. We'll go over to the episode pass. We have in the episode pass, they messed up the whole level 1 to level 5 where it was slowly incremental that they fixed in previous episode passes. It released wrong, so they had to do a make good for that. They have this happening where they don't have enough time to finish the event for this era, and so they're cutting it. And then additionally, there's this. We just talked about it, and you'll be able to see the gameplay of me autoing with the Jedi throughout this video. But made some adjustments to the Naboo raid. Commando droid starts on cooldown, no longer can give itself bonus turns, and honestly, this is an excellent change. But we are 7 months into the 9-month raid cycle. 7 months. There's only 2 months left that there should be in the raid, but yet, you look at the other raids that we had in Conquest for the Naboo raid. We had one of the sector bosses be an example of the Naboo raid, essentially letting them test the Naboo raid and the mechanics that they were going to have in it. For the speeder bike chase, we had Leia come out. Leia's ultimate node is basically it was the Endor raid, and so they had ways to test in game that the mechanics worked already. We aren't seeing anything at all. we don't know if it's going to be episode 3 related, Bad Batch related, or Peridia related. It's going to be one of those 3. It's basically guaranteed. You know, it's the 20-year anniversary of Revenge of the Sith this year. We have, you know, obviously the Bad Batch season 3 stuff happening right now, and then we have, you know, Peridia that just happened. I don't want to say it's going to be Peridia. I'm going to be honest, I can't see a Peridia happening because it's just going to lock out every player except for like hard end gamers, and I don't think CG's dumb enough to do that. Who knows, maybe they'll roll that natural one. But that being said, I think that there is going to be a delay on the raid. There's nothing in game that shows that we're going to be seeing the raid anytime soon. There's no testing that I can see where they're like, hey, look, that looks like something they could test. You know, they haven't announced anything about the raid. They're still on break until February. Ahsoka's kit is still broken. You know, they're starting to catch up and fix a lot of the stuff that's going on, but they're still missing a whole bunch. They're, you know, deleting this, you know, thing that the era is supposed to lead up to. I feel like they just bit off way too much for them to chew. And I think we're looking at probably an extra 2 months before the next raid. And so I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with that overall. Whether they are going to be pushing into, you know, pushing it to the end of like the era 2, where we end up getting like, you know, some Revenge of the Sith content, and that's where we're going to see it. Or if they're actually going to, you know, take their time and throw Peridia still and just assume everyone's going to farm up Peridia. The problem I see with throwing a Peridia raid at us is that there's not a single character they can give us with via Lightspeed bundle. Like with the Naboo raid, the Endor raid, they didn't need Lightspeed bundles. Endor raid was great for everyone. Everyone kind of has those characters on their account or build them naturally through a natural progression of a roster. Naboo, not so much, so they had to give a Lightspeed bundle so they could make extra money as well as do the raid. Peridia doesn't feel that way. Zillow Beast, I feel like Zillow Beast is right there in that perfect spot of you can give an old Bad Batch Lightspeed bundle, make people farm the new Bad Batch, and have the raid coming out. And so it would make sense. Or Revenge of the Sith, you know, having a Revenge of the Sith raid would be another one where they could, you know, bring the gas bundle back around. They could, you know, bring in a bundle for clones. They could do a lot of that and monetize that. And so like looking at just the monetization of like whatever new thing they're doing, I think we're going to be seeing a pushback of the raid. And I think we're going to be seeing something maybe Zillow Beast or episode 3 related. Oh, please give me my Assault on the Jedi Temple raid. I will give anything for more clones and their dark side clones to go with Lord Vader and him be the hero unit for this next one. I would give anything for that. Do I care about Lord Vader in this game? I don't. I want to, though. I really want to. But overall, I don't know. I think that CG's just constantly right now biting off more than they could chew. I think they saw a huge boost to revenue last year and utilize that, you know, with the Lightspeed bundles, obviously that's the big thing, but utilize that to be able to start ramping up. And it's a big reason why we're getting more free to play changes, you know, changes to the early game and that type of thing. But we're going to see a big acceleration this year. And yeah, I think that they just weren't quite ready for it, whether it's a lack of amount of developers. They haven't hired up to the growth that they made last year because they're worried that if they hire up to the growth, then it's going to, you know, all of a sudden those numbers are going to go away and they're not sure. I don't know. We shall see. But overall, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the changes. I still think that we desperately need some shifts to the fleet meta. It's in a terrible, absolutely horrid spot right now, and that definitely needs to be changed. That's definitely a nat 1 for me. But, you know, hey, I'm glad they changed the Naboo raid. Is it 7 months too late? Little bit. But if it does get delayed, like I'm assuming, hey, here's to a solid couple of months. You know, doing the Naboo raid where I can auto it with one of my teams with 0 problems, you know, and with my B2 Separatist team, I can basically auto with a little bit of guidance where I'm just clicking on characters so I don't really have to pay attention. I'll take that any day. It makes my life certainly easier. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think the raid's going to be delayed? What raid do you think is coming? And, you know, Are you sick of the raid cycle? do you want a rotation? Because I would kill if they were just like, you know what, we didn't have time to make a new raid, so instead we're switching it to a raid cycle for the next 9 months, where it'll cycle between the 3 raids every 3 weeks or every month. And you know, this month it'll be the get 3 are in this area, or you know, part of the Crate Dragon raid, and then this one is going to be Endor. I'd like that. I think it would hurt some rosters, but I also think it would drastically help a lot of the early gamers. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the raid system, and I don't know. I'm a little worried about CG, guys. Like, not in a sense of like, oh, I'm worried what they might do. I'm worried that they're dropping the ball. And like, I want them to succeed because I want them to fix the things in the game that are happening, and it's a Star Wars game and I like this game. And so I want them to succeed. And I'm a little worried that they're dropping the ball in really weird ways. Because, like, yes, we get ships, and it's just like, oh, this isn't working. Or we get characters, and they're like, oh, this isn't working. And then they, you know, keep fiddling with it until it gets done. But, like, a whole event disappearing? That was not on my bingo card for this year. That was interesting. Like, this month has me worried for the rest of the year. So love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. I always love to hear your guys' thoughts in general. And I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you for giving a damn.